Good evening, I'm Farfetch Cards, and today we're going to be looking at the best buys for under £5. Super budget buys. Few things to say up front. We're going to be mainly focusing on Sword and Shield, Scarlet and Violet, and Mega Evolution. The other thing, it's going to be I basically put a cap on. It has to be £5.99 counts, just because if you're shopping and Pokepulse, the website I use to track prices, if it says £5.99, there's a good chance you can find one that's for under £5. Last thing to say, some of these, when you get to £3 and under, usually when you're buying it off something like eBay, it's free postage. So bear that in mind. £3 and under, it might be that the card is £2 and there is a pound postage, or it could be it's £3 and it's free postage. So just shop around is all I'm saying. But all of these, I think, at their nominated price shown on Pokepulse, are good buys. Okay, we're going to go from old to new, starting with Sword and Shield, and we're looking at the Druddigan card. I've done this in the Sleeper Picks series that I do every day. Check them out. Good card from Silver Tempest, really nice card art at a low at the moment, and yeah, £3.23. You can definitely get this for about £2. Card market lowest is apparently £1.32. Good luck on finding that. I think that's a European lowest. Not sure what the UK lowest would be, but I think, £3 for this card, great buy. It's going to be more than that for sure. Easily a £10 card eventually in my mind, so triple your money. If you can get it for £3, do so. Smeargle, another Silver Tempest. Another one that's just got a cool art. And I think any card that has a cool art that's kind of unique, kind of interesting, and is from a set that is out of print and is £3 is a good buy. And it's going to, people are going to want to master set the trainer gallery of Silver Tempest. This card does not have infinite supply, no longer printed, is quite cool. I know Smeargle's not the most popular Pokemon, but it's one of those card arts that's kind of crazy. It's doing some sort of like abstract absurdism pictures. Got the sort of who's the one with the drooping clocks? Dali style, or yeah, I'm not too up on my fine art, but you can tell me in the comments who what sort of style painting that is. Either way, it's come down from £4 down to £3. A good buy for £5 and less, in my opinion. Another one, it's going to be sort of £6 to £10 in the future, so worth grabbing a copy. Going for chill vibes over in Astral Radiance with the Hoot Hoot. So this card, it's not really at a low, it's just kind of at a steady pace. It's been sort of £4, it went £3, between £3 and £5, and it's right in the middle at £4. £3.89 to be exact. Card market lowest in the UK at near mint, £3 exactly. So that will probably have a pound postage, so it'll be £4 again. I think it's got cool meditative vibes. I think it's one of those arts that kind of sticks in your head. I know that for some reason this card always looks really familiar to me and looks really chill. So I think it has some longevity to it. It's, none of these cards are star picks, hence why they are £5, but a lot of these cards are worth more than the £3 tag that you see here. So again, I think this is a £6 to £10 in the near future. So yeah, it's a decent buy here, and I like the calm vibes. I like the scene. Professor's Research, the Celebration Edition. This one's super cheap, £2.45, which means you can probably buy this for £1 with a £1 postage, or £2 with free postage. I know there are tons of copies in Celebrations, but this is a Professor Oak card. Obviously, Professor Oak, here's the goat. We love him. And it's cool art for £2. And Celebrations, we've got the 30th anniversary coming up in October this year. Most of the cards will pop off. I'm not saying this card's going to do anything, but I could see it becoming £5. £4. You could double your money. Yeah, just a nice card that timely with Celebrations coming up. None of the other Celebrations cards were kind of this cheap, including some of the commons. So I think this is one that hasn't hit the hype, and it definitely could. Next up, Parasect. So we're into the original 151, where we're seeing, I think, any of the original Pokemon. I know the insect types were not that big fan. I personally quite like the Parasect little thing. I always liked in like Pokemon Yellow and Blue and Red, going around in the forest at the start where you catch like the Weedle and stuff. Always liked all the insect trainers that you met. And yeah, I think it's a cool card. I think for Parasect, it's actually really nice art. You've got multiple in the art. You've got nice background, trainer doing some stuff. Yeah, I think it's a good card. And for £3, I don't think you can go wrong. It's from Lost Origin, which is it's a good set. It's going to get more and more expensive over time. So I think a good buy for sure. Similar vibes, the Jinx from Silver Tempest. And it's got Jinx sort of harassing someone on the street, or maybe it's welcomed, I don't know. But either way, Jinx doing Jinx things, with the love hearts, with the selfish lips ability. Always kind of weird vibes from Jinx, honestly. But I think it's a cool card either way. It's from the original 151 and it is £3.50. So yeah, it's going to do well. I think these 151 cards will be sort of £10 in the near future. So just grabbing them for sub £5 means you get a really nice return. I think I've got 34 of these. I bought them. What price did I buy these at? Bought them when they were £1.75 each. So I still think they are a good buy at £3.50, but I'm probably fine with 34 copies. Bought those a while ago. Next up, Machamp VMAX. I've bought a few of these as well. Now, I think Machamp, very unrepresented. There is, of course, the Astral Radiance Machamp Chase, but in that one, I don't feel he's got like the badass sort of Machamp fighting vibes in that card. It's more like, oh, I'm helping around town vibes. Whereas I think this one, even though it's sort of VMAX without the cool alternate art behind it, I do still think it's actually a card that kind of hits. Honestly, it's got cool vibes. I like the yellow hands. I like the punching someone while in some sort of VMAX tornado. And it's reasonably cheap. It's £4, £4.48. And I just think if they do release a Machamp set, there's not that many cards that are actually going to react to it because there aren't that many Machamp cards in general. And this one, I think, would easily pop up to £10, similar to the other ones in this list. Next up, Radiant Greninja. This is a timing one. We have a mega Greninja set coming up in the near future. And I think, providing they do a good job with that set, it will probably pop up all the Greninja cards. You've got your obvious ones like the Twilight Masquerade, Greninja, and a few others. And this one, I think, has been largely unnoticed. £3.55. And you can't see it on here, but the card has a really crazy texture, and it's kind of hollow all over. And looking at one on my desk actually at the moment as we speak, it kind of pops in a really cool way with the texture, and it's like a crosshatch sort of vibe, diamonds. Anyway, it's cool, and I think it will go up. I don't know if it will go too much up. I think personally I've bought a few copies, probably going to list a few for £8 each and see how we go once the Greninja set comes out. If the price flies up, I'll maybe put it up to £10 for the last few copies, but I'm happy with that. A lot of these are very low risk. You've got an old set out of print. These cards have been out for a long time. These are the prices that they're at the moment. They're not really going to go down much lower. They can't really, with postage involved. These are all really good buys at a card show, because if you can buy them without the postage is like a third of the price. So any of these cards at a card show where you're just buying it for sort of the marked price and no postage is a good buy in my mind. Denny, little cute mousy boy. It's just quite a nice card art. I think cute does sell. I've got a few other cute ones coming up in this list, and yeah, people like the cute little mice. It's a little psychic mouse flashing around apparently. But yeah, I've got this card. It's quite nice, and I think it will be worth £6 to £10, much like the other ones. In the near future, Brilliant Stars Training Gallery, these cards will go up with the set. Kyogre. This is I was looking at quite a few of the amazing rares, and I did have a few more selected, but when I was thinning it out, I think the Kyogre one was the one that popped out the most. I think the colouring and the art just hits better on the Kyogre than some of the others. I was looking at the Reshiram, and I can't remember what the other one was. There was another one. The Kyogre looks really good, and I think rumors of a Ruby Sapphire set coming out on the horizon could possibly be linked to the 30th anniversary, or it could be after that. Either way, no smoke without fire. And even if it is unfounded, at some point they can do a Kyogre set. And if they do, I think all the Kyogre cards are going to jump up a bit, and there aren't that many good Kyogre cards from Modern. There's some really nice, really old vintage ones that are thousands of pounds in near mint, like the Gold Star and a few others. But this, very cheap. You can grab yourself one, £1.30 apparently on Card Market, £3.66 on eBay. A good buy in my mind, and yeah, I think it'll double. And if there's a Kyogre set, it could triple. So yeah, another good buy. I like don't know about you, I really like this, like sort of the amazing rare kind of splashy paint vibes behind these, kind of cool. Next up, God of War. I don't know if everyone calls it God of War or God of War. I call it God of War. I think this is a cool art. God of War getting a lot more popularity, lots of features in recent sets, in kind of a really cool scene in this trainer gallery. I think this is undervalued. It was super undervalued. It was previously about £3.88, and it popped up previously to £6.46, down to £5.50. I think if you can get this for £5, it's a good buy. I think it will be £10 soon, for sure. Similar logic with the Melodic. I bought myself 10 copies of this. What was the price I did? £4.50 each. I bought myself this for. It's at £5.47 right now. It did pop up to £14. When did I buy it, actually? The 3rd. See, I should have sold it. Would have been a good sale, a good turnaround. So I apparently bought them in March and didn't sell them at this £14 mark. I probably thought it was going to £20. And I still do. I think this is a really nice card art of Melodic, and I think it's worth £20. I think this is a really good buy at this price. Hindsight tells me I should have sold it at £14 here and then bought back in now, but I can't tell the future. I try, but yeah, I can't see all the ups and downs. It's hard to know when it is. I just know when I see a card, a figure comes to mind, and for this one it's £20, and if that is a lot lower than the current price, I buy some. So yeah, Melodic, really cool Pokemon. I think the Surging Sparks Melodic is a good buy as well. But yeah, really cool art. Especially good buy for a £5. Okay, Ariados. Now, this is super cheap. This is like dirt cheap. It's 66p on Card Market in Europe. It's £2.30 on eBay. That's probably including postage. You're paying £1 for this card. If you go to a show, this will probably be for £1. I think for £1, for £2, anything where you can get it for £2 including postage, you just buy loads of these. This has really cool, like, I'm getting Naruto vibes off this, honestly. The ninja, ninja-esque art, collaborating, ninja style trainer. Yeah, I like it personally. I know people will say Ariados is a garbage Pokemon, but I think in this card art it really works. It looks really cool. I'm a fan, so I'm going to be stocking up on a few copies of this. It's probably not going to hit the stars, but it could go. It could double easily. You know, when it's £2.30, to say, oh, this card from Brilliant Stars becomes a £5 card, it wouldn't take a lot. It really wouldn't, and you would have doubled your money if it does. That's why I think this is a good buy here. Next one, another cool Brilliant Stars trainer gallery, the Dusk Noir, a bit more popular Pokemon, and I think this is a really cool card art. We've got the coloring. I think it's just the like background goes with the Pokemon, goes with the trainer. Just looks really good, and it's again dirt cheap, £2.30, probably including postage. I just don't feel like there's any risk here. You know what are we saying the downside is? You spend £10, you buy 4 copies. You know, it's like 3 coffees these days. And these could easily double or triple. It's yeah, very low risk and potentially high reward. You know, Dusk Noir. If the Dusk Noir line pops off, Brilliant Stars pops off, maybe this goes up. Maybe this is a £15 card in a few years, and you've just you've just 5 extra money. Who knows? Either way, I think it's a very good price to buy in for Dusk Noir. Nearly at the end of Sword and Shield right now, so we are at Crown Zenith with the Magna Zone. I think this has really cool space vibes. It also has lots of cameos with the Magnemite. That's it, Magnemite, Magneton, Magna Zone. And it's quite cool. It's like, you know, these guys are designing a space station apparently, and they've got some sort of factory line. They're making some sort of amazing space object. I don't really, I don't know the backstory to this. If you do, please let me know. But I think it's a really cool card. Sub £5. It's never really got much attention. It's been £3 in the last time, £2 on Card Market. You know, really good buy. I think this is a £10 card when I look at it. At least probably a £15 card, to be honest. Just from how interesting the art is, it kind of tells a story, and I think any card that tells a story is worth a buy. So yeah, really good card to grab. I'm a big fan. And lastly, the Lunatone from Crown Zenith. Slightly poking over on the market price from eBay. Card Market says £3 is its lowest in near mint, so it's on the list. I think really cool, sort of lullaby, bedtime vibes. There's the solar one. I always forget its name. The solar opposite for this card also, but I prefer the card art for the Lunatone. It's much cooler. It's at a sort of middling price at the moment. I think £5 is a good price. Crown Zenith, I have huge faith in. I think Crown Zenith is just going up and up and up. I have so much Crown Zenith slabs and singles. I need to get some sealed, honestly, but I'm just not a big fan of having sealed, to be honest. Just locks everything up, you know, takes a lot of storage. But we should. It would be smart. But either way, this is a really cool card. £5, definite good buy. And that is the end of the Sword and Shield zone. On to Scarlet and Violet. And you'll notice we are getting slimmer because Scarlet and Violet had a lot more expensive cards. And it doesn't have as many forgotten ones as Sword and Shield. So, first up, Thunderous and Tornadus. We'll just do them together. PC promos, very cheap. You can see 91p on Card Market. These are going for extremely low prices. This eBay price will include postage. I just think if you have a promo that comes with a product, the promo will appreciate in value in line with the product. Now, this doesn't have that great card art. I mean, it's not disgusting, but it's not good either. It's I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it. It's definitely like C or D tier artwork, but it comes from the ETB from Black Bolt, White Flare, which I think are amazing sets. They have some of the highest set value in the whole of whole of Scarlet and Violet. The ETBs will be worth a good amount of money in the future, in a year or two, and these will be forced to increase. You can't have a £2 promo from a 100, 200, 300 pound seal product. You just can't. I'm not saying it's going to be £300, but you know, if the normal ETB gets up to 150, say, and the PC ETB gets up to 400, 500, whatever it might be after it's gone out of print, this card is not going to stay at £2, £1, £3, whatever it is. It's going to scale up, and it might not jump up huge like a really nice art. It's going to increase significantly. And as you can see, I have 46 of these. I think I have a lot more of these than that. I've just not put that many on there. What did I buy them for on here? £3 each. I think I recently bought another 10 or so for £1 each. Just because they're definitely going to go up. I just stock up. And then when this reaches £10, as it will do, in a year or two, I will have an extra money on the £1 ones, 3 extra money on the £3 ones, and happy days. So yeah, my advice, grab them when they're really cheap, when it's a sealed promo, especially for something you know is going to go up like an ETB for a good set. Same logic for the Teal Mask Ogopon. It's cheap, the set's even older. It's just, you know, people are going to want Twilight Masquerade ETBs, and this is going to be more expensive. It just is. So grab yourself a few, watch it go up with the sealed. Again, Stellar Crown, not the most popular set, but this actually is quite a nice promo. Considering the last 3 are basically me saying it's cheap, and even though the promos doesn't look good, the sets will increase their value. This one, I actually think the art is pretty good. It's kind of cool, Noctowl, kind of hoarding treasure, tells a story, looks alright. So I think this one will actually do decently on its own merits. But again, the sealed will go up. This will be a £10 card in not too long, maybe a £15, who knows. Gothitelle. So this is from, I think it's from it's one of the sticker collections for Black Bolt, White Flare. You'll have to look it up because I haven't. I don't know if I can be bothered. So these I bought. Oh, I bought 31 of them. £3 each. That's including postage. They were like £2 each. It's again same sort of thing. I think Black Bolt, White Flare, good set. Sealed product go up. Buy promos for sealed product. They go up as well. I actually think for this card as well. I've never bought a promo that was so clean, so continuously. I must have sent like 15 off the PSA. Now, I appreciate it's not going to be worth a huge amount in a PSA 10, but it's going to be worth something, probably more. It's going to be worth more than me submitting it, the costs, and me buying it. So, happy days. You know, if we can add a multiplier on there, I think it's good. It's in my mind, it's a sort of £7 to £10 card from the card art, and the sealed, it will just be a matter of time. It will rise with the sealed. Now, off the promos, onto normal cards. This card art, it's sick. Look at it. The guy's got bloody dolphins coming out of his arms. With one over his head. There's like kind of weird rainbow waves. He's standing on waves. He's got like Poseidon vibes. The corals there. I just think this card art is sick. Look at it. It's like a Dolphin Lord. Palafin. I know he's got a cool Prismatic Evolutions card art, but I think this one for £3 is a good buy. I have a few of these. I haven't added it to Pokepulse yet, but yeah, £3 can't go wrong. City in Flames, older set from Scarlet and Violet. And I think this is a sleeper. Might put this on sleeper picks. Look at the card art. I know people aren't the biggest Palafin fans, but it's definitely cool, in my opinion. Definitely cool. Lily's Bombay. I've always thought this card has something about it. I know it's just a Rabombi, but it's got that kind of like cute slice of life, nice vibe that I think does well. I think if you can get this sub £5, it's a good buy. It's a nice illustration rare from Journey Together. And yeah, this is a £15 card. The number that comes to my head is 15 for this card. I think it's worth buying. Really good one. And then a Houndour. This Houndour I bought. I think I've lost money on this one so far. I bought at £12 and now it's £5. It was definitely. Let me have a look at this chart. Yeah, it was up at 12 at one point. I remember looking at this and saying, this will definitely be £20. And I think it did go to £20. And I was like, I held off. I was like, I'll try and get 25 for it. And then it just fell off a cliff. So that's greed for you. That's me learning my lesson. Should have quit at £20. But we've learned our lesson now. And I might grab a few more copies of this to sort of average out my per unit cost, because that £12 was not the one, but I do think £5 is the one. It's a Houndour. People love Houndour and Houndoom. I certainly do. Houndoom was one of my favorite Pokemon back in the day, and this is a cool card art for it. £5 is a great price. I don't know if it's ever been this cheap, and I don't think there's any risk of it going lower. It could possibly go to £4 for a little bit, and then it's going to pop up. And I think it will have its time in the sun where it pops up to £15 to £20 again, at least. We shall see. I will, if it hits 20, I will sell them just because I've learnt my lesson. And in true my style, it will probably go to 30 when I do that. So maybe I'll just sell a couple of them and see how it goes. Okay, that's the end of the SV, and then we have just a couple of Mega Evolutions, because Mega's just come out and it's a bit overpriced to start with. So I think the Stuffle is a good buy. It's cute, slice of life, it's relatable. The Stuffle is a dog, it's ripped all the stuffing out of everything. It's a nice card, cute factor does sell, and I think £3 for this card is a great price. If people like it, if dog owners relate to it, you know, at some point, £10 card. So, worth getting a couple of copies. It's not going to go much lower than £3 in general. It's from a good set, Mega Evolution base set, really solid set. It's not going to be super cheap. The sealed at any point. And so for £3 for a cute, cool art that is relatable, goodbye in my mind. By the way, when I say goodbye, I'm not saying like goodbye, like see you later. I'm saying it's a good buy. Hopefully, contextually, everyone's getting that. It's only a bit confusing on my shorts where I say it right at the end as like a summary. I go, yeah, goodbye. And then I close the video and now no one knows whether I meant goodbye or goodbye. It's nearly always, it's a goodbye. Okay, there you go. And the Charcadet is the other one. This is the promo. I would say I'm putting it on here, but give it a little bit more time. It's probably a good buy at £4. It's probably a good buy at £3. I think Card Market's at £2. I think I grabbed 10, or was it 5? I think I grabbed 5 or 10 for £2 each, and that's including postage. Now on Card Market the other day, I saw a good deal, so I grabbed it. I think this card, people hate it for some reason, but it's not a bad card. The card art is actually quite good. People just don't care about Charcadet, and people just were like, oh, it's a Charizard set. Why don't I have like a Charmander card art, or why don't I have something a bit cooler as the promo? just basically being a bit spoilt because they had the Alakazam before, and they were expecting something super cool, which they will get with the what's coming, the Zekrom in Ascended Heroes. That is a genuine banger of a promo, but I think it's going to land too hot and be too expensive to start with. But this card is tanking, and much like the other ones, I will be scooping up lots of copies. And yeah, and just so you know, I am saying this with a level of experience. If we have a look at what I would consider probably my most successful version of this sort of low price buying, I have 100 copies of the Shinshikanda Magneton, and I bought it for £3 each, including postage. And I'm just saying, it's not even been that long. Not selling them yet. It's at a dip, and I'm up £700. These little promos, very cheap, for good sets. Buy them low, buy them in high quantity, wait a little bit of time, hit triple, quadruple. If it's a good set and people like it, if it's a good card art, maybe even 10 times the amount. So yeah, there's a lot to say for buying the cheap cards. They're very low risk. They're very unlikely to go much lower. And if any of them pop off in any way, the multipliers are so much more significant just because of how cheap they were originally. So hopefully you've liked this video. Hopefully you've been inspired by a few picks. If you made it to the end, well done. I know I put a ton of cards. Please give me some feedback. I want it to be thorough, but if this is too many cards, then let me know. Yeah, and please subscribe, like, etc. I got my second subscriber. Very exciting. Thank you, whoever that was. I still haven't worked out how to see. I don't know if you can see the names of your subscribers. Probably can't, so. But thank you, mystery subscriber. You are valued. Yeah, all the best, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Catch you in a bit.